the environments that we've been deploying in for a long time too are air-gapped environments. So air-gapped environments are environments that have no internet connection. You find, in organizations that really want to protect their data, government, defense type environments and stuff like that. Literally the building has no fiber going in and out sometimes, right? And it's kind of crazy to deploy something that's called cloud native in an environment that has no internet connection. It just really wasn't built for that, right? But it's possible. So kind of looks a little bit similar, but you have to do some things different. So you also have an infrastructure project. Let's say it's some local private cloud virtualized infrastructure. Bring up your bootstrap machine. All right, you talk to the infrastructure provider. Now you need to bring up a private container registry, right? Because I can't go to the internet. I can't talk to Docker Hub or whatever it is. So I need to run the registry locally. Let's say we use Harbor. So I need a way to do that. Then I need to populate that registry with the container images that I need, right? Remember, I'm air-gapped, I have no internet connection. So up front, I need to know what all the images are that need to be in the registry that the cluster and all of its add-ons need in order to boot up and add all these add-ons, right? Otherwise, again, things will fail in these mysterious ways. So the way we solve this is we built this command that's called entity push bundle. So it knows upfront what all the images are, and it has a bundle of these and can just populate a registry with them. Okay, so I populated the registry. Now I can bring up my bootstrap cluster on my bootstrap machine. That's also just a Kubernetes cluster, so it needs to pull images, right? So you need to do the image registry first, then bring up the bootstrap cluster. Okay, I can do that now, and I'll use Docker on to do that, and now I can start my first real Kubernetes cluster that's not the bootstrap cluster. So use cluster API. I didn't mention this. The bootstrap cluster would run the cluster API controller in this case. I need some Kubernetes cluster to do that, and then I can start bringing up Kubernetes clusters on the infrastructure provider, and I would configure the image registry for this cluster to be this local hardware in this case that I'm running. So I need to change all the image. All right, so we bring up this cluster. You can bring up multiple clusters, and then our bootstrap cluster you could go away again. Now this is all kind of cumbersome, right? It's a little easier than in the first example where I have the internet. There's a little less room for breakage. I'm not using 10 different registries, 10 different Helm repos. It's all in a local one that I control. And maybe there's fewer network issues because I'm not going over the internet. It's my local environment. But still, there's a lot going on here. And also, I still need to bring up this bootstrap cluster, which that takes quite a bit of time.